Namaste. As we know, in these crazy and stressful times, it's really, really important to be in touch with ourselves and to recognize that inside we do carry peace, we do carry joy, we do carry all of those things that many of us are struggling right now with. And one of the best ways to connect with what's going on in our bodies and to connect with some semblance of stability is by observing ourselves and is by coming into the breath and resetting. So today what we're going to do is a simple pranayama breathing practice that will help you to reconnect and reset. So the first thing that we'll do is come into a comfortable pose lying on your back. I would recommend coming flat onto the floor, and if you have a blanket or a towel, using that underneath the neck. And what you can do is have it folded about a quarter like this, and then roll it. So you have a nice roll, probably about a halfway up on the blanket if you're using a blanket. If a towel or something else, you'll have to check on that. And what we do is we take this with the fringe part facing away from us. Yep. And then also having blocks or cushions within reach can be very helpful. So I happen to have some yoga blocks, but you can also use couch cushions, work out really well. And what you'll do is just come to lay on your back, right? Also, if you tend to have a tender lower back or you're feeling some discomfort when you come down to lay on your back, I welcome you to put something underneath the knees as well. And when you come down, adjust this neck roll so that it's supporting the natural curve of the neck, but the back of your head is still touching the ground. Arms will come down to the sides. And just roll the feet in and out a couple of times till you come to a point that you can just let those go as well. Palms are rotating face up, and you have those cushions and or blocks within reach. Yeah. And if you'd like, you're welcome to connect your thumb and pointer finger in what we call Gyan Mudra, which is a shape for concentration. And as you lay here, start to feel your body sinking into the floor. Feel the parts that are connected with the earth spreading and melting just a little bit more. Closing your mouth and beginning to breathe in and out through your nose, but also keeping a little space between the back teeth so as not to clench the jaw. Releasing the tongue and the neck and the throat. And just notice on the inhale, where does that breath go? Where does it land? And on your next exhale, what route does that exhale take? What path as it's coming out of the body? Following the breath, inhaling, exhaling. And at the end of each exhale, drop down just a little bit more. Let go. Notice your physical body in this shape. Is there anything you can do to be just a little more comfortable right now? Give yourself that gift. And now I welcome you to shift your attention to your energy. What's your energetic body doing right now? Are you feeling scattered, Are you feeling sluggish? Just notice and know whatever it is that you're feeling right now is absolutely perfect. It's fine. Just notice it. No need to attach any meaning as you just breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. And now shift your attention, this time from your energy to your thoughts. What's your mind doing right now? What are your thoughts doing? Are they racing around like race cars? Is there one that keeps repeating? Can you let those go? As you just notice. Inhaling, exhaling. Eyes are closed, melting the tongue in the jaw. That little space between the eyebrows, can you let that go? As you shift your attention once again to your intuition, that space between and slightly above the eyebrows, that place of knowledge, the things that you know and you don't know how you know, but you do. What is it that you know to be absolutely true right now, in this moment, intuitively? And now I welcome you to shift your focus a little bit more deeply into what we call the Anand, the bliss body. Human beings are joyful creatures. We carry that joy inside of us. So can you find that right now? I like to think of it as a little flame flickering inside of me, joyfully, happily, dancing around. I am bliss. And seeing if you can plant that seed of joy, that seed of release, that seed of bliss as we come into the breath once again. Deeply noticing that inhale and the exhale, melting the face and the neck, the shoulders and the jaw. Just let them go as you sink into the earth a little bit more deeply. Reaching your right hand out to take the block or the cushion that you placed on your right side and sliding that underneath your elbow. So what you're doing here is making a little shelf so the elbow can rest on that block and the palm of that right hand can come to land on the belly, just below the belly button. Left arm is still down by the side. Breathing deeply in through the nose. Breathe into that belly as it presses up into your hand. Exhaling, allowing the belly button to fall back towards the lower spine. Inhaling, expanding the belly. Exhaling, letting it go. Big, deep inhales all the way down. And perhaps on that next inhale, you can feel the belly expand out to all sides, the breath coming into the lower back, the hips, as well as the pelvis. And exhale. At the end of that exhale, maybe the belly button can fall back towards the lower spine before you begin again, filling up like a balloon on inhale. Exhaling and releasing. Noticing if you've tensed up anywhere else. All of the effort right now is just into this breath, into the belly. Big, full inhales. Soothing, restorative exhale. And now I welcome you to reach, keep your right hand where it is, and reach your left hand over to find the block or the cushion that you have on your left side. Sliding that underneath the left elbow, and that left hand can come to land on the lower ribs, right above the belly button. So now the right hand is just below the belly button, and the left hand is on the lower ribs. Your next inhale goes deeply into the belly, and then up into the ribs. Exhaling back down the ribs and the belly. Breathing in the belly and the ribs. Back out the ribs and the belly. Noticing if perhaps you've tensed up as you've started to concentrate. And if that's the case, let it go. Noticing your next inhale as it comes into the rib cage and perhaps expanding those ribs out to all sides like gills on a fish, and collapsing on the exhale. Each inhale, belly and the ribs. Back out the ribs and the belly. And this time taking that right hand, keeping the left where it is, and sliding the right hand up so that it lands on the chest just below the collarbones. If you need to adjust the elbow on the block, please do. And your next inhale will come deeply into the belly, floating up into the ribs, and then all the way up to the chest, to the collarbones, exhaling back down the chest and the ribs and the belly. Breathing in the belly, ribs, chest. Back out the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Filling up on each inhale, emptying out, melting on each exhale. And if you're feeling challenged with this breath, that's fine. Just come back, saying silently to yourself if you'd like, belly, ribs, chest, chest, ribs, belly. Stay with it. If the mind started to wander, that's fine. Just come back. Belly, ribs, chest, chest, Moving through 5 more. 5 more full and complete inhales. 5 more soothing and restorative exhales. Take your time. And when you finish that 5th and final exhale, take your time. And when you do, you're welcome to move those blocks out of the way, drop your arms back down by your sides, and just take a moment to notice the breath now. Noticing this instinctive breath. Noticing the breath that doesn't require any effort or thought. This breath that visits us thousands of times every day. Evidence of just how wise this body is. And as you're ready, I welcome you to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate the wrists and the ankles. Take your right arm and stretch it along the floor overhead. Bend your knees and use the weight of those knees to just roll over onto your right side in a little fetal position, using that arm as a pillow. Taking a few moments here to revisit your bliss. Revisit that joy that you carry inside. Right? And you can choose that joy. You can welcome it in. And sometimes that's the key. Just taking that extra moment to notice whatever it is that makes you smile, that makes you laugh. Maybe it's a blue sky outside the window, the wag of the tail, the green of a houseplant leaf, whatever it is. Allow yourself to indulge in that bliss and that joy. Pressing this left hand into the floor, we'll come up into a seat. Whatever comfortable seat works for you is perfect. Some of us like to sit with our legs out straight or sitting on the heels, whatever it is that works for you. Thumb and pointer finger in Gyan Mudra. Eyes are closed. We're just going to take a few moments here to experience that sensation of sitting upright, to welcome joy into your heart. Maybe even lifting the corners of the mouth in a little smile. I am bliss. I am bliss. I am bliss. Hands come together at heart center. We'll seal this practice, if you so choose, with the sound of Om. Inhale. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me today. Have a beautiful, blissful day.